Hey, good afternoon, fellas, or good morning for me, I guess, wherever you happen to be. Good day. Wow, we've been out and about on the new ship, Flat Nasty, and just planning, doing some planning. You might notice something flashing in the lower right corner. Well, that's because we have a warp drive. Yeah, we're gonna go into the light. Carol, we're gonna go and visit Carol Ann. We got some nice sofas here, decorated a little bit, built some stuff, some bookshelves, and warp drive. So these warp drives are pretty cool. I haven't used one yet. I'm just considering doing it because of the delivery missions, the special ones, the big paying jobs, and these can pay up to 2 million a trip. And I had a really good route running before server maintenance happened this morning. And I was tired, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I decided, I'm just going to go to sleep. And the missions respawned when the server came up again, and I had um, one of these, like I think it was like 2.1 million mission from Mattis to Thades, and then one the same pay scale that was going back from Thades to Mattis. I was just running them back and forth and back and forth, and that's it's quite a high reward per kilometer, and the distance is shorter. If we look on the map of the system, we can see that um, the distance to Alioth is like 155 SU, right? So if you get a mission from Alioth to Mattis, you're looking at that's quite a long trip. It's an hour and 30 minutes, something like that, flying time in sublight, like no warp, and but from Mattis to Thades is 45 minutes. So with the current ship that I have, being a cargo hauler, or kitted out as a cargo hauler, it just has a maximum um, sublight travel speed of 22,000 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast, but it's also pretty slow because the maximum speed is 55,000 kilometers per hour, give or take, 2, 3, 4,000 kilometers per hour, and you know, so um, to get to Teoma from here would be 338. You'd really want to warp this. So warp that distance. That's in the PvP zone that we're kind of just on the edge of, but we're still in the safe space where you can't be engaged or shot at, which is fine with me. But Jago, that's from here you're looking at 600. So warp cells right now are really expensive. They're the game is just started up, maybe a month or so ago, and there are some warp cells available, but they're all primarily on the market in Alioth, or on Alioth, and I happen to have a mission from Alioth to Mattis, and I was able to buy some warp cells from the market on Thades. Um, Thades Market 2 for 30,000 per cell, and the missions, they, like I say, it pays. Where is it? Safe zone only. If it pays 2 million, right, from Alioth to Mattis, and then I have a mission from Mattis to Thades, I'm going to make 4 million. But I've got a deadhead to run, and I don't want to spend an hour and a half flying in sublight just to get to Alioth to pick up that mission again. So if I'm going to make 4 million a run, and I can cut out an hour's travel time, why not do it? if I can just get some warp cells, and you know, I have fuel at my base on one of the planets close to Alioth, called Haven, which is the starter planet. And I recently moved back to Haven this week from Alioth because of what's called the tile tax, right? So usually you'd start on either Haven or on Sanctuary, right? Depending if you were a backer or, you know, Kickstarter backer of the game when it was in beta or alpha, I think. And you know, you can only get one tile location that you keep indefinitely and don't have to pay taxes for on Haven. And if you know, want to move to Alioth, that's very advantageous early game. You know, some players are still like residing there and have, you know, 100 tiles, and they're paying $500,000 in-game currency per week to maintain residency on those tiles. But you don't pay any tile tax in space, right? Or on Haven. And I figured, well, you know, I'm going to move all of my stuff back to Haven now that we have the big ship. And the big ship can go places and, you know, haul things and make money. And I can live in space eventually. So the goal was to earn some money, which I've done. Made $7 million yesterday running these missions back and forth between Thades and Mattis round trip in a very short amount of time, which is pretty cool. So RNG was kind, and we got a good mission spawn. But now we do have a mission spawn again, a good one, but it's got a deadhead. So if I look right when I when I jump into the seat, it'll show me how many warp cells I need to warp from Thades to Alioth to pick up that mission, right? But first I have to go to Haven to go pick up some fuel, because I've used up all of my reserve fuel, my space fuel, right? I have a little bit left, but it's not a lot. It's only like 2,000 fuel, and this ship takes 24,000 fuel to fill. And if I keep running back and forth between, you know, Thades and Mattis, or Thades and Alioth, and I don't have my fuel, I'm going to end up shelling out dough to buy fuel from some random person in the market instead of, you know, I've got my own fuel that I can use, and I have to go there anyway. So, and it will always have 60,000 fuel sitting there waiting for me when I return on the deadhead run to refuel the space fuel tanks. So why not spend a little under $1 million one way, right, to make $4 million. You know, of course, not accounting for the fuel that I'm going to use, Atmo or space fuel. And so I've got quite a bit of atmospheric fuel for the atmospheric engines still left, but I can make some more. So yeah, I'm thinking, you know, we'll just go back to Haven. Let's try a warp drive. So if I need 36 warp cells, and I've got 40, right? I can buy more on the market in Alioth, close to the mission pickup for cheaper. So let's set. Let's go. Bye-bye. Bye, Mattis. North AIDS Market. This place is pretty trippy. You know, it's hard to see everything, but you got to really see everything. With all of these icons and stuff turned on in this game, you can turn them off, but you might run into something if you can't see them. First warp coming soon to space near me. Oops. Ooh, we could make that quieter by zooming out. Sometimes you can't zoom out when you got a smaller ship. Make that a little less quiet. Really loud. Over the chasm and beyond. Can't go too fast. This HUD, the user interface on the game is a custom mod, custom one, and it's got some really neat features. It's called ArchHUD. Unfortunately, the guy that develops it or maintains it, he's decided to quit the game. He's frustrated with something. So, whatever. Unfortunate. Thanks for your contributions, bro. Really like this. In the first months that the game launched. Well, overspeed. Overspeed. Don't overspeed. Let's go to Haven Home. Oh, we broke atmosphere on our Apple Apsis. We must circularize. Must orbit. There's asteroids around this planet that, if you happen to run into one, will not make your day. They're not serving party favors. They are certainly not marshmallows. Not enough cells. Oh, hold on. I think I have my warp cells in the wrong cargo container. Well, we'll get into space, jump out, and have a look. Oh, warp cells got to go in the top one. What's in the top one? Not the warp cells. Well, I'm not going to change the link, but I'll do this for now. Well, here we go. I need 36 and I've got 40. I wonder how you do this. Click warp.
Passengers immobilization starting. Warp sequence initiated.
Oh. Whoa, buddy. I wonder how long it's going to take to get there. We're doing 2.5 million an hour. Holy crap. Boom. Lol. 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 That's pretty fast. Lol. Lol, lol, lol. I need to like him the troll lol song. Holy crap, that was fast.
Warp sequence completed. Passengers released.
That was fast. That trip going one way without the warp drive takes an hour in real time. That was insane. But it's expensive right now, but that was definitely worth it. And I got an achievement. So we're gonna go into land. Land on the Havens. So hopefully it's just in the daylight, maybe, or maybe the horizon is setting behind the sun. Well, we don't have a heavy load, so I should be able to auto land using the autopilot provided by this Arch HUD, which would be pretty cool. I don't think I filmed the landing before with those delivery packages from the missions. The mass weight goes up to almost 2.4 tons, which is pretty heavy for the ship. It's not full load, but it's just heavy enough that it can weigh it down. Since they're really close, I don't want to go too fast. After we get this fuel, we can warp to Alioth from here, which supposedly is just one warp cell. There's Alioth. Where was it? Over there. That's Alioth. The earthy looking planet with the oceans and a polar ice cap. It's not very hospitable. Nice short break distance to get into orbit. And yeah, this one looks like it's going to be right over our base. And oh, we missed the sunset, or maybe we haven't had the sunrise yet. Hard to tell which direction the planet orbits in this game when you're on the dark side of a planet. Hopefully I have all my fuel ready to go. Adjusting my altitude, autopilot altitude. Overspeed. Do not overspeed. I wonder if this thing just doesn't kick on or recognize that the re-entry is complete until the atmospheric engines re-engage. That could be a thing. Anyhow, it's still pretty cool that somebody made this addition to the game that autopilots for you. It's not perfect, but it's definitely very, very useful. When you might want to monitor it, but try and have some help to not crash, because crashing sucks. "20 kilometers to home." A lot of these markers on the surface are markers for ships in the bases that new players are given when they start playing the game, and there's like 20,000 of them littered across the entire planet from players that had or people that had started an account, but some of them are inactive, or these are never removed as well. So supposedly that's a thing, which is one of the reasons why I decided to move back here. And there's no tile tax, no tariff to pay your rent, to keep using your stuff every month, or every week rather. So several times a month. But some of these look like they're being used, and some people have just elected to leave here as fast as possible, because there are some limitations to residing here that I had encountered as well. The resources are finite; they're limited. That you have access to on this planet. You only have access to the resources that are on your own tile, and you can't get more until you leave. But you can come back once you have a ship that's capable of leaving anytime you wish. And there's other ways to come back too, but leaving certainly has considerations that are necessary. Well, I'm going to land. Auto land. And the autopilot lander is doing its autopilot landing, which is definitely more acceptable when the ship doesn't have 2.2 kiloton mass. And here's my new base. My first base, but the base. There we go. Sweet. Terra firma, home sweet home. Nicer in the daylight. You can't see a lot in the shadows. Let's fix that container issue. Remove the link from the container hub, and we'll make it this one. Actually, no. The bottom one. There we go. Okay. So, let's go outside. And which container did I have set? That's the one I want. So let's fuel up just a little bit quickly. So we've got X4 fuel over here, and I think this one was X3. It's nice to have the fuel on both sides the same, but that's not always possible because you run out of one, and for some bizarre reason they have 4 different types of fuel depending on the type of resource that you have to make it for space engines. They need to fix that. Maybe one type of resource just for space fuel that you can harvest somewhere, but maybe that would be more complicated. There. Let's go get some fuel. Oh, my neighbor's back. And here's my fuel box. So I have more nitron. I'll take 20,000. And then we'll take all of this. And it's not making more, so that tells me that I need to go mining. Oh, no schematics left. Are there really no schematics left? I thought I'd be out of resources. I still have chromium. So I guess I need to make some space fuel schematics. And then make some more space fuel and head off to Alioth. Can make these and then drop it off on the return trip. There. Okay. Well, I have X3 fuel. There. I topped up my X3 fuel. And this one was not quite full. Oops. Take out the X4 fuel and replace it with X3 fuel. Take out the high octane and replace it with the biofuel. There. So, still have quite a bit of fuel, one warp cell left. And you can't warp while you have a mission package, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Supposedly you can't. Not tested that myself, but I might do that someday. So we're gonna go to Alioth and pick up a mission package, but we got to set the warp destination for Alioth first, right? So we can do that. We can definitely do that. Set warp point. It sounds so quiet when there's no engine noise, but it's also satisfying that there is no engine noise. Because I'm zoomed out so far. So I think we'll wrap the video up this time pretty soon here after we do a 1 second warp. Might not even be a second. I don't know if this autopilot will auto warp. I don't think it does. Oh, I need 3 warp cells for the ship. It's not 1. I guess a smaller ship would have been 1. Trying to adjust my throttle. I have an instinctive desire to reduce the throttle to increase fuel efficiency, but sometimes it's not advantageous to do that. I was told you could warp. But, oh, look at that. Oh, we can warp. We can.
Passengers immobilization starting.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Shortest warp ever.
Warp sequence initiated.
Spooling. 1 second. And... oh...
Warp sequence completed. Passengers released.
there. Let's go back to autopilot. You could see down there in the chat box that it went back to transparent. That doing that generated some program errors, and I guess that's because I'm using a custom user interface. And the guy's not maintaining it anymore. Oh, excuse me. On the night side, they cleverly oriented these planets so that there doesn't seem to be a consistently always sunny part of the planet. Or, you know, if you orient by north, the planet is not rotating on its complete axis. Try to see which way it is rotating. If you turn the throttle down, the fuel efficiency goes way up. If you're not a lead foot. That's the word I was looking for. So the gravity on this planet is, full on. It's like one G, Earth-like gravity. Orgasm's Ride. I wonder who that was. I might know who that was. Mr. Bognogus, possibly? Hi, Mr. Bognogus. Goodbye, Mr. Bognogus. I don't know if he's streaming right now. Mr. Bognogus is a streamer on Twitch. Check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. And one of these days, I'm just going to have a head-on collision with somebody. Oh, there's another person. The radar view is essential in this game to not hit something. Or for PvP, but You know, we're not space rich enough to PvP. Oh, there's the Ark ship. People naming their ships in this game after ship names from EVE Online is not frequent, but maybe a common occurrence. Travel mode activated. Did we hold? Oh, we still got to descend to 3,300 meters. Seems like whenever you do descend to 3,300 meters in this thing, you don't stay at 3,300 meters for long. You usually descend another 1,000 meters. Which is why you don't want to use the autopilot. Oh, we're leveling off. Ground control to Major Tom. $38, $37. Oh, maybe. We're pretty light right now, so there we go. We've re-entered civilization. Lots of players on this one. These are all player maintained structures that truly aren't abandoned. This is the hub of the game. People are running like little mini enterprises. That's some pretty cool stuff. You know, a lot of the people are centralized around various areas of the planet, like Long Island, if you can see that down there. But one of the major ones is Market 6, and the surrounding probably 20 kilometers. So we're in the major area of the game where there's all of these districts, and we're going here right now. So, but all around here is all claimed territory, you know, for quite a long distance. All of the players logged in playing. You can see them all on the map. Yikes, what's going on over here? That's a lot of people or a lot of characters. Might be one person with 50 characters, because that's video gaming today's. So if we pick up our mission here and then go to Market 6 after with a full load on, that's not really very advantageous. But I don't want to interrupt the auto landing, so we'll do the auto landing, and then we'll call the video, and I'll get set up for my trip back to Mattis. It's been fun. That warp was something else. All the way 160 SU. Space units. Am I gonna? Oh, I'm gonna miss it today. That thing has a giant like no-fly zone barrier around it that freaks out if you get too close. It will like bounce your ship off into an undesirable random direction if you get too close. So these waypoint markers I've had to set by using some commands and recording the locations or coordinates. So I've landed here before, and I have some other ones that I try to record the locations of so that I can land there again. You got to try to find a spot that somebody else isn't using with their other bigger, smaller ships, so that you don't land on them or they don't land on you, and you get stuck there. But yeah. So wow, we just traveled quite a long distance. You can see now we're on Alioth. We were on Thades. That's 155 SUOA. But we stopped at Haven first, which is 15, and that was a short, like 2-second warp. 3 warp cells though, that was something else. But yeah, going back to Mattis is going to suck. Well, I guess going to Thades is worse. So I got to take one of those deliveries to Mattis. From Alioth to Mattis. And, it's not bad. So that was fun. Let's do this again sometime. I know I'm going to do this again later. All right. Have a good one. Stay safe. Cheers.